Hello, you beautiful people. Typical English weather is it's in it down. Right. Been seeing a lot of people lately who have been telling me they have highly reactive dogs, and they don't. What they have is high prey drive dogs, right? So we're gonna have a quick little discussion about this. Right, when you have a high prey drive dog, it does seem reactive because you don't give that dog an outlet, right? When you have a high prey drive dog, it sees everything as a target all of a sudden, over time obviously, because you're not giving it an outlet, you're not doing any work with it, you're not stimulating the dog or putting it in artificial environments where it can chase it. You can do stuff like flirt poles, all that sort of stuff. They're all brilliant for stuff like that. The worst thing you can do for a high prey drive dog, and I'm going to get some backlash here, but I don't care, is to chuck a ball. Oh my god, that is the worst thing you can do with your dog. Because that does not mentally fulfill the bloody dog in its prey drive. Chase, chase, chase. You're creating, you're building, you're keeping that going. And more often than not, because people don't add the authority side to it, they think they own their dog and they think they can control their dog's prey drive just because they hold a toy. That's not really controlling your dog, yeah? That's the equivalent to treats. The only difference is treats might work 6 times out of 10, the toy will work 7 or 8 times out of 10. But the other times that it's missing, that's where your authority comes in. See, my Callie, we can do bite work with her. I can fucking have her pound on saying, I can have her do whatever, but then I can shut her off because I have authority. And together, they're two halves to a whole, and that's what you want, right? But a lot of people do, they forget the authority, and they only have authority when they take the toy away and hold it or take it away from the dog. But again, there's no outlet there for the dog. The dog doesn't get it, you know what I mean? You then have to withdraw that because you can't command or you can't authority with pop and release through pressure and release to get the dog to do what you want it to do, right? What you're doing with the ball is you're trying to give it an outlet, but because there's no authority, there's not going to be a good outcome of that. What you need to do is address the fault, or address the issue, and then work at that issue, try and see what the drive is, because there's different types of drive as well. People don't realise it is not every dog is in it for the kill. Some just like the chase. Yeah, and once they get it, they don't know what to fucking do with it. That's not their job, you know what I mean? But you can do this with your dog, and the more you do it in artificial environments and you set it up, you control it, you add authority to it as well, the less likely your dog's going to bolt under a car to fucking get a cat or pull you out into a road or something to try and get another dog that's over there, a little one that's kicking off like a little prey to them, you know what I mean? So don't get confused with reactivity and drive. Drive is something different. Reactivity comes later if you don't ever give stimulation or an outlet for drive. Drive creates reactivity, right? That's what you'll get. Every action has a reaction, and if you don't allocate time to deal with drive and do it the way you want to do it, so that way you can control it, then you're going to have reactivity in the long run, right? So these are things to think about when it comes to prey drive, okay? Now, I'm always here to help.